Hello, my sweet friend. I am Cristina, cake business, productivity coach, and podcaster. I help cake makers like you manage your business productively and with ease, taking control of your time and workflow to avoid stress and burnt out. I offer personalized strategies and supportive community to help you stay organized, productive, and in charge of your success. Your cake business should bring you joy, not stress. I'm here to help you build an efficient, successful, and sustainable business without feeling overwhelmed and burned out. With the right planning, strategies, and mindset, you can reach your goals, stay organized, and enjoy the journey. Let's make your cake business work for you, not the other way around. Hi, my cake friend. If you're listening today and you have ever felt like you have 8 arms trying to do everything at once, baking, decorating, answering messages, invoices, family life, and still feeling behind, this episode is for you. At Cake International, a couple of weeks ago, I did a little quiz activity, and guess what? Almost everyone ended up as the overwhelmed octopus. And that told me something important that we need to talk about. Hi there. If you like this podcast and enjoy this episode, there's only one thing I ask from you. Please follow this podcast, download this episode, and leave me a started review in any of your favorite podcast platforms where you're listening to this show now. This way, the algorithm will show the podcast to more cake artists who will benefit from, and you'll be helping me grow this show. And don't forget to share it on social media and tag me, and I'll gladly follow you back. I would love to hear what you have to say. Leave me a comment on Spotify or answer any of the questions and polls on the episode. Let me invite you to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as the Art Cake Coach, or follow the links on the show notes to find out more ways to stay connected. Visit www.theartcakecoach.com for more. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Cristina here. Super happy to have you back. Another week. We're almost in the middle of November, and the year is coming to an end. And hopefully, my wish for you, not to you, my wish for you is that you have a lot to do in December. So you end up the year, with a big hit, a lot of profit, and maybe not going nuts, crazy, and stressed and dying at the end of the year. So today's episode has to do a little bit with that, about that feeling of overwhelm. Because back 2 weeks ago when I was at Cake International, and as if you listen to the episode about Cake International, you know that I did some sort of game, like a quiz with the coaching for the stand of the ladies of the National Sugar Art Association. And I was there talking to people, just asking them if they were. I mean, the story is funny, and listen to the episode because I felt almost like a vacuum cleaner salesman in the middle of that floor, but it was fun. The thing is that most of the people who took the quiz end up with the same results. The 4 archetypes of the quiz were the perfectionist, the one that has everything under control, the dreamy one that's always dreaming about the next project, but it's not currently working what's supposed to work. And the fourth one was the overwhelmed octopus, is that cake decorator, that cake artist, that baker who does everything by itself, and it gets so overwhelmed that it feels that you never finish anything, that you never accomplish anything. And funny enough, most people, they just look at the design, because I have some pictures there about illustrating each personality, each archetype. And most of them were like, oh, I don't even need to do the quiz, this is me. And when they did the quiz, actually that was the result, the overwhelmed octopus. So today I want to talk about that result, because it really called my attention. I always felt through my coaching and through the Art Cake Coach, through the podcast, that what I really want to help my cake community with, you in the other side of the microphone, because there are other bakers that work with the pricing, with the legals of the business. There are coaches that work with, I don't know, you have Savannah, who has this beautiful tool to create your cakes, and of course she talks about mindset and pricing. But something that I always felt it was my strong point, and it has been my goal since the beginning, is I want you over there in the other side to be less overwhelmed, because it feels close to home. I did everything by myself. I still do everything by myself. However, I ask for more help, and I do hire outside help in certain areas of my business. I delegate more. I do other things nowadays because I know how hard it is to do everything by yourself, how stressful it is. And that actually takes a toll on your creativity and on the quality of your product. So today's episode is about this. It's just a friendly reminder that you're not alone in the wild with your wonderful cake journey, and that you don't have to be overwhelmed. It's not the norm. Because the feeling that I had from most people that I talked to at Cake International was that, well, it's part of the business. No, it's not. And it doesn't have to be. So today's episode is inspired by the quiz that I did at Cake International about the overwhelming response of people about how overwhelmed they were, and how they feel like the overwhelmed octopus, and um, and the fact that it's not it's not normal. It's not okay. It could be different. So, this, if you feel like an overwhelmed octopus that is doing everything by yourself at the same time and not accomplish anything, this episode is for you. Don't go anywhere, because this episode is about to start. So let me paint the picture. Who is the overwhelmed octopus? The overwhelmed octopus baker is that cake artist who's constantly multitasking. One tentacle decorating a cake, another answering WhatsApp messages, another managing orders, another checking Instagram DMs, another trying to keep up with family responsibility, and another desperately trying to remember if they turned the oven off. Or even, because this happened to me so many times, did I add the baking powder to the dough? I mean, it's a lot. Some of the constraints that you might be feeling as an overwhelmed octopus are constantly juggling multiple tasks, feeling guilty when resting. It's more common than you think. And because we feel that there's something that I'm forgetting to do, I should not be resting. Saying yes to everything. We have talked about boundaries, people, so many times. No boundaries with clients or orders. Reactive instead of proactive. You act on the task that you have in front of you instead of strategizing before the task needs to be done. Always tired and feels like time is slipping away. I know that if you're listening in the other side, you at least nodded to two or three of these points that I just made. This, like I said before, doesn't have to be the norm. This is not what you expect. I'm not saying that your cake journey and your journey as a business owner of your cake business is going to be, flowers, sunshines, and rainbows, and you jumping around the field while your business, manage itself. No, that's not true. Whoever tells you this, whoever tells you like, oh, you can run your business and, you will make money overnight while you're sleeping. Our business needs us right there. And it's going to be a lot of hours on our feet. It's going to be a lot of strategizing and planning. It's going to be stress, because I'm not saying there's no going to be stress, but you can minimize the damage. You can minimize the amount of stress if you strategize, if you plan, and if you delegate, set boundaries, all of the things that I talk about here on the episode. What I want you, I want to be real with you. The stress exists, the overwhelm exists, and it's going to happen. What I can help you with, what I want you to achieve is to have less and less stress and less overwhelm every time because you are prepared and you're sure of what you're doing. And I mean, and on top of that, knowing how to handle that overwhelm and how to handle that stress so you don't stay in that state for a long time. Because when we make overwhelm and stress the norm, it takes a toll on us. It takes a toll on our business. It takes a toll on our health. And we think, well, this is what I sign up for. No, that's not what you sign up for. It can change. So that's my goal here today. After seeing this result on Cake International with the quiz that I asked a few people that stopped by and even some of my closest friends, and by just looking at the pictures that I was displaying there, they were like, I'm that one. I'm the overwhelmed octopus. When I look at them, when I look at those people in the eye, and I was talking to them, I could feel that they really believe like it was the norm. They looked at me almost like, what? You're telling me that's not supposed to happen? Or what? Is there another option? There was some sort of, I don't know, doubt in their eyes, like, yeah, what are you talking about? This is it. This is what I signed for. I could tell how real this was for them, uh, and how tired they were, the exhaustion of it. Um, you don't need to do everything. You don't need to be everywhere, and you don't need to be, wear all the hats. You're going to wear many hats. I'm not saying no, but you don't need to wear them all. And that feeling of being behind all the time, that feeling of, um, I don't know, I forgot something, or oh, there's something else I have to do, and going to bed because you're just exhausted. Maybe you've been baking until late at night, and still you're putting your hand in the pillow and you're like, oh, but I still had to do this. Well, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't want that, because you're going to get tired. You're going to procrastinate. You're going to drop the towel if you keep going like that. Okay. When you feel that overwhelmed, when you feel like you're about to give up, is not laziness, is not lack of talent, it's not lack of passion. It's lack of strategy to work in a way that is less overwhelming and is less stressful for you. Now, stay with me, because in the next segment, I'm going to give you some reasons why you are behaving the way you're behaving or feeling what you're feeling, and you keep being overwhelmed no matter what. We love Cercino, and we love its digital magazine. Cercino's free monthly magazine, We Love Pastry, is a monthly digital magazine bursting with absolutely incredible, easy to follow, and unique cake tutorials created by very talented artists from around the globe. Interesting interviews and blogs. You can also win products worth £50 and much more. You have cake tutorials, product information, cake events, cake collaboration, and you name it. Don't miss the free digital magazine every month by clicking in the link on the description of this episode. Thank you, We Love Pastry, for sponsoring today's episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. So I'm going to break it down for you in a very simple way. Why are so many cake artists feeling overwhelmed? Number one, no structure or system. Number two, underpricing and overbooking. Number three, not understanding time values. Number four, people pleasing. Number five, creative minds, but not business training. All of these things add up to I'm winging it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm guessing my prices. I don't structure my time. I don't manage my time. I never say no. And I don't have a system that works for me. And I cannot emphasize that more. That works for you. Because I keep saying this, and I've been saying it for a long time. It's been 3 years in this podcast. Whatever system you apply, whatever method you use to strategize, has to work for you. You cannot copycat what other people are doing. So, my friends, I want to go deeper into why this is common in our industry because when something shows up this consistently is not a personal flaw, is a systematic issue that all of us suffer from. Okay, so let's go back to the first reason. You wear every hat. Most cake artists start alone. I did, most of you did. I mean, if you're not still alone after all these years. Bakers, decorators, photographers, social media manager, customer service, accountant. You wear all those hats by yourself. And just half of those things should be a work in itself. That's 6 full-time jobs, and you're trying to do them all at once. Think about it. I mean, even think about it. I just thought of something. Think about it when you're pricing, okay? Because how much would you pay if you had to pay a photographer? Because let's say you do the baking and the decorating, because that's what you do. Now, if you had to pay a photographer to take the pictures, if you had to pay a social media manager to manage your accounts, if you had to hire somebody for customer service and an accountant that I hope you have, or a friend that helps you or a family member that helps you, don't leave that to randomly during the tax month or the tax pay month. It's like, oh, I need to do my accounting. No, have that in order, please. How much would you be spending from your business to pay all these people? You're not paying yourself that, and you're wearing all of those hats. So think about that when it comes to pricing. The thing is, you don't have to do it all. And if you're starting out and you have to start doing it up by yourself, because I understand when I started out, I didn't have enough money to pay all of these people. What did I do? I strategized and I organized everything by days, hours, blocking time. So when I had to wear a hat, I was wearing one hat at the time, and not while I was baking. I was taking care of my social media, taking pictures, and checking on my taxes. No, there was one day, one block in time, 1 hour for that specific thing to do. Reason number two, no formal business training. There is just a handful of us who have or who comes from business background and then they open a cake business. Just a handful, I have to say. And I've been talking to a lot of people during all these years in the industry, in the cake events, with the podcast, and not everyone. I mean, the common denominator is that we don't have the business training and we jump into business without knowing. So nobody teaches us about boundaries, about pricing, about scheduling, workflow management, nothing. We're taught how to decorate, but never how to manage our time and our business. This is essential and it goes back to the pricing and it goes back to the time management. If you do not get your business hat on and really understand how a business works and how to manage that business, you're going to be winging it all the time and you're going to feel overwhelmed. That's what happens. Emotional work, reason number three. We care about our clients. We want to make their dream come true. You know, their dream cake, their perfect dessert. The emotional investment creates pressure. I'm not saying that you should not have that emotion towards your work. I think that's what set us apart. And I think that's actually a plus. What we do comes from the heart. Nobody bakes unhappily. I don't think nobody is. I mean, if you're a baker and if you like to bake, you're happy. That's your happy place. And you want your clients to feel that happiness. You create bondings with your clients, you connect with them. That dessert or that decorated cake, that cake topper, those cookies, those are part of you. It comes from your creativity. So there's a little piece of your soul. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, as everybody knows. And I always say that all of my cake decorating, all of my toppers and my edible art, those are my horror cruxes. And I always tell my husband, if I die, you can open one of those. I'm in there because there's a little part of our souls that goes into what we do. It's art. So there's going to be a connection, and there is a connection with our clients. However, it is also a business. And if we manage our business from our emotions, we do not have the cold head to take decisions. So make your art soulful. Put a little piece of what you do on what you're doing, but treat your business as your business, and treat your time as your time. Okay? Don't stay up too late if you don't like it, and add more things to the cake because, oh, I just want to please the client. I want them happy. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. So think about that. Reason number 4, constant interruptions. I mean, there are so many people who should be nodding right now. WhatsApp messages, Instagram DMs, phone calls. Client expected immediate responses because communicating online has trained them too. And on top of that, I don't have it here in my notes, but on top of that, family, personal things to do, um, you know, and our clients really think, oh, she's working from home, or she's, a solopreneur. So yeah, she should be answering the phone at 11 o'clock on a Sunday. Um, to send me pictures of how the cake is going. I no. Have you ever had one of those? That a client that calls you like a week prior of your cake, can you send me a picture of how everything is going? It's not going. It's not going because I'm working on other orders, and your cake has not even been done yet. It's like, no, I don't do that. I don't give you, you know, behind the scene pictures of your cake. I don't do that. So, yeah, all those interruptions and all of those things cut our time flow and cut the commitment that we're doing on what we're doing. This week, yesterday, actually, on Instagram, I talked about on the Monday Coffee, I talked about the Pomodoro technique, where you do one thing for a certain amount of time, let's say 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then you rest for 5. When you're not interrupted during 30 or 45 minutes and you're only concentrated on one thing, you have no idea how much you can do in those 45 minutes. So the problem is not really, I have no time. Is I'm not using the time in a way that I'm preventing myself from getting these interruptions. Turn off your phone, put your phone in a drawer, don't answer emails, don't talk to anyone during those 45 minutes. Work on that. And then when it's done in your break, 5-10 minutes break, go check on your phone, answer a couple of DMs, and it will be fine. The world is not going to end because of that. Now, in the next segment, I want to talk about how overwhelming shows in your everyday life and how can that affect you and your business. Well, my friends, if any of this resonates with you, if you said yes to at least 3 of the things that I'm going to mention next, you are in an octopus mode and you're not alone. Listen to this. You wake up already stressed. You never have clear priorities. Your workspace is chaotic. Your weekends disappear. You forget deadlines. You rush everything. You feel guilty resting, and you're always behind on messages. Other ways that overwhelm octopus can show or struggle with are forgetting ingredients or steps while you're baking, working late nights or early morning, and is not part of your schedule because we have talked before about, I'm an early riser. I have to work early in the morning. There's other people who are night owls and they prefer to work late at night. If it's from your choosing, great. But what about waking up early when you went to bed late because you had to finish something and then you're tired? Another one is feeling guilty both when working and when not working. When you're working is because you're missing out on your family, on other things. And when you're not working is because you're not making any money, you're not producing, your business is stuck, and your business is going to disappear. That's the stress and the anxiety calling. Anxiety when messages come in is like, oh, no, not another one. I just can't. It's too much. Loss of creativity. I have been there for a while now. I'm not going to say I have lost my mojo, but I'm so focused on the coaching that I have lost a little bit of my creativity. And I have to confess, even my husband the other day said, I need you to create something. I was like, why? I need you to that because it's good for you and you're happier when you do it. So, yeah. Financial stress. I mean, you're so overwhelmed. You're not mm, pricing correctly. You're barely paying the bills. You're asking your husband or you're taking money from the household because you cannot keep it up. Difficulty prioritizing tasks and not knowing where your time actually goes. I know that you nodded at least to three of this. I know that. I've been there. I know it. I'm not saying it because, I'm the higher one. I know what I'm doing. And no, I've been there. And I'm still there sometimes with some specific things. The thing is, when I catch myself feeling overwhelmed for any of this, I already know, oh, this is because of this. I'm going to fix it. Oh, wait, I need to take time off. I need to rest. I need to prioritize. I need to strategize. So that's what I want for you. So, what is the shift that needs to be done in order to move away from all of this? Let's talk about some solutions, not complicated ones, simple, doable solutions. Number one, or shift number one, set priority boundaries. Every day, ask, what are my top three tasks that truly move the business forward? Not 10 tasks, just three. This keeps your energy focused instead of split it into 8 tentacles. Three, not 10. Shift number two, fix your communication window. You are allowed, yes, I'm saying allowed, to respond to messages during dedicated time blocks. You don't need to answer everything right away. However, I'm going to tell you whatever works for you. I know people, and I have coached some cake decorators, cake artists, that if they don't answer right away, if they don't attend to whatever message comes in right away, they forget it, then they never reply, which is worst. So for them, this works that as soon as the message comes in, they give a reply. You can even set an auto reply. That was one of my advices. And just write down on a notebook the messages that you need to reply that day. And when you have your allocated time, you do it. Okay. So whatever works for you, but it has to work for you. You can set, for example, a reply time from 11 to 12 a.m. and from 6 to 7 p.m. It's 1 hour each time, so that will be 2 hours during the day. You block that time only for replying to messages, answer emails. Everything else can wait. Right now, you're doing that. This is actually quite a professional of you. Okay, it looks quite professional. You can set an auto reply to your messages and to your email saying, I will be answering you back between this time window. And you are protecting your sanity and your brain. Shift number three, create a weekly workflow system. I am so in favor of workflow systems because that keeps your mind organized. It takes away the stress of I should be doing something else or I cannot rest because I should be taking care of something else because you allocate time to every single task. For example, one admin day, one baking day, one decorating day, one content day, one delivery or customer service day. If it's doable for you, that will depend on your business. Remember, you can book a discovery call with me. We can chat about this if this is something that doesn't um, work exactly for you, and I can help you allocate the time that works for you to your business. When your week has rhythm, your mind has clarity. Think about that because if you're doing the admin day or the admin hour or the admin block time, whatever it is that you decided to do, you know that that's what you're concentrating on. So the next 3 hours, you're not going to be thinking about admin. You're going to be thinking about the task that is in front of you. Other solutions, simple, not overwhelming solutions that you can be applying not to feel overwhelmed. Time blocking instead of endless to-do list. I believe in short to-do list, not overwhelming ones, because to-do lists are supposed to help you, not make you more overwhelmed. Weekly planning ritual. I do that every either Sunday afternoon, night, or Monday morning. I do my 30 minutes plan for the whole week. And once a month, at the end of the month, I do my monthly planner or my monthly planning for the whole month, including social media, including everything. So I know exactly what I have to do every single day, and I'm not winging it. Pricing properly reduce stress, and if you price properly, if you price for profit, I don't like correct. If you price for profit, you can reduce the order of volumes because you will be working smarter and not harder. Set communication boundaries. We talked about that. Workflow batching. I just love that and I will always recommend it. Rest as a productivity tool. Plan your resting time. Resting is important. Move away from the work. Take time. Be with your family. Be by yourself. Go out, whatever it is, but you need to rest. Rest is not a luxury, it's part of the process. And as always, my friends, I keep saying this, learn to say no. No is the protection spell of your creativity. When we come back, we're going to wrap up this episode with some final notes, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. What about extra special content just for you? Audio classes, downloadable templates and PDFs, and ready to use information that will actually create results on your cake business. And all of this for less than one monthly coffee? Let me invite you to subscribe to the Art Cake Coach subscription channel with exclusive content delivered to you every month. Have access to audio classes and workshops on goal setting, time management, social media, posting, pricing, mindset, and teaching for only $2.99 a month. That's $2.99 a month. It can be yours. Follow the links to the subscription platform on the description of this episode, and with a little investment, find essential tools to start a solid business strategy and coach you for success. Thank you for being part of the Art Cake Coach family. My sweet friend, I want you to hear this today. You're not failing. You're just overload. And overload is a system problem, is not a you problem. You already have the talent, the heart, the creativity. What you need now is structure. Remember that you're not failing. You're not disorganized by nature. You simply haven't been taught the system that makes cake life sustainable. You can learn them, you can manage your workflow, and you can enjoy your business forever and ever. And again, if you're not enjoying it right now. And if you're listening and thinking, Cristina, I need this, I need help, I need a step-by-step plan, remember that I have a lot to share with you on my webpage. I have 8 free templates just for you that cover time management, business, goal setting, social media. It's there. It's sitting there waiting for you on my free resources on my website. I will be leaving the link here on the description of the episode. And if you want even more, if you're really committed to, I need help, especially for the year to come, there's the time management planner for cake artists curated just for you with everything that you need to do, from goal setting, time management, client consultation, projects, pricing, social media, everything in there just for you. I will leave the link to the time management planner for cake artists here on the episode, because I really want you to have a tool that is actually going to help you with everything that we talked about today. This time management planner guides you through prioritizing, organizing, and structuring your week, your month, your year, and is undated, so you can use it any time of the year. You can find it in the show notes because my mission, guys, my mission here on the Art Cake Coach podcast is to help cake artists be creative without drowning in stress. I don't want you to be that. I have been there, I have done that, and it's not fun. And it's not part of being a cake decorator. It's a systematic error that we keep repeating and we keep telling ourselves, this is what I signed up for. And it's not true. If today's episode made you feel seen, send me a message on Instagram at the Art Cake Coach and tell me, are you an overwhelmed octopus too? What part of the episode resonated with you and what do you think you can do to fix that? Remember, you're the artist and the CEO of your business. You deserve peace, clarity, and time to breathe. And I'm here to cheer you on as always. You can do anything, but not everything at once. And with this, I say goodbye as I always say goodbye. I'm Cristina, and it has been another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. I'm beyond happy that you stay with me and you listen to this episode. And I say goodbye as I always say goodbye, my friends. Stay safe and stay creative. And I'm going to add one more. Relax. You can do it. You don't need to be overwhelmed. I'll see you next time.